is always been super nice, and he's always been that I have an idea guy. He's always the guy who will say, hey, I got a crazy idea, and I think today he's going to talk about one of them. Give it up for Mike Kunz.
Alright, thanks everybody. So we're going to go quick because I have 100 slides and we have 20 minutes, so let's keep going. So who am I? I'm Senior Application Security Researcher, Contrast Security. I used to work for the government. I won the Colonel Kunz CTO my first year, founder of Notify. That's my Twitter. Disclaimer, I am not a lawyer. I don't know if you read the last slide, but I'm not a lawyer. I selected my developers based on the bid price to try to be equal how I did it. All the interactions occurred before I even knew stuff that happened, so I could talk to people in other countries. Yeah, I'm not sponsored by Fire, but look for the answer. Continuing on, what is fpipe? So fpipe is a command line hacking tool. It's a port forward redirector for Windows. It funnels traffic from one port to another. Can you explain that a different way? Sure, why not? Pretend you're Mario over there, or Mario, and you're trying to reach all your friends over here. You got this giant wall in the way. You take the pipe, and you end up over there. That is fpipe. So real life example. Firewall blocks outgoing SSH on port 22. So what do? You say, I'm going to open port 4444. Anything that goes to that, I'm going to send it to port 22 instead. So there's a video of that. We're going to skip it for interest of time. It just works, trust me. It's not magic. So the port has to be allowed through the firewall. If there's some sort of like stateful deep packet inspection, it's going to block it, obviously. It's an old tool from 2001. But what makes it so dang special? So it was the original port redirector, and it's in all the hacker handbooks. It's a 13 kilobyte binary, kilobytes, not megabytes. The source is closed. It's written by Robin Keir, and he worked at McAfee in 2001. And if you go to his blog, he has no interest in sharing the source code. So there's some modern day alternatives. RightID is probably the best one. It's 26 kilobytes. There's a problem with fpipe as it's detected as AD now, or detected by AD as a virus. You can use SOCAD in Windows, made to bring libraries. Chisel is like a pretty big binary for Golang, but it works pretty well. So full disclosure and how I came up with this idea. I was sitting on my butt watching YouTube, and I saw a video that said, I pay professional rappers to rap my beat, and it was $5, $10, $25, $500, and he compared them all. And I was like, I can do this reverse engineering a binary. So I paid hackers to reverse engineer my binary. So I wanted them to recreate fpipe. I wanted it to work exactly the same. I took the code, I took the binary to read IDA, and it gave me like 1,000 lines of pseudocode, and it looked pretty readable. I was like, this has got to be possible. So I went over to Fiverr, and if you've never been to Fiverr before, it's basically someone will do something for $5, and they'll be like, I will write a program for you for $5, and you go and contact them. So I found this guy that says, I will do socket programming in C++ for you, $15. It's like, hell yeah. There's a problem with that. $5 is actually $15. But when you talk to him, he wants $400. And I talked to 14 different people, and I contacted them all, and they were like, nah, I'm good. One of them wanted $200, but he bailed on me. And I did a previous thing like this before where I had somebody make a CSS website for me. And it was decent, but they always want like a large tip afterwards. Like, oh, I want an extra $100. Like, dude, it's a $5 project. Like, anyways, so I went out and I'm like, there's gotta be something else. So I found freelancer.com. So freelancer is you post a proposal and then like, hey, I need someone to write fpipe. And then they come to you and say, oh, I'll do it for $50, $100, maybe 2 days. And so I did that. I said, hey, I want someone to write me a C application that redirects traffic using the Windsock API. And it's kind of a little bait and hook on them because it's a little loaded on that question, but it's fine. And in 20 minutes, I got 8 proposals. Similar to Gregory here, $70. He's like, I am great at this. I'm the world's best C programmer. I will give you best good results. All right, Gregory, tell me about yourself. Well, Gregory, he's done 100% of his jobs, all one of them. 100% on budget, 100% on time. And he's got 15 years of experience. Hell yeah, let's sign you up, dude. Slovakia. All right, Andre, $90. Dear client, yada, 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 terrible broken English. Okay, whatever, let's do it. He's a developer 7 years. Mikael, $140, 7 days. I am a C# developer. Okay, that's the wrong language, bro, but continue anyways. We got Nikita, he's from Russia. He's like, I will give you perfect result, $100, 7 days. All right, whatever, dude. 12 years experience, let's do it. Usman, $300. So keep in mind, you only pay him when they complete the job. So I'm not just like throwing money at him. And so he's like, I can achieve this. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude, you got it. And then Dill H, 10 years in the sim language. All right, cool, $200. Let's sign you up too. All right, you, $140, why not? All right, Harul, I guess you're good too. We're going for it. You only want $5 an hour though, so that's not bad. All right, so I'm gonna deep dive into one of the guys because that's probably all I have time for, and I'm gonna give summaries on the rest of the people. So first guy, one of the things that just drives me absolutely nuts so crazy about these guys is they always say hi, and they don't say anything else until you say hi back. And so like I gave this guy, so you put money in escrow into freelancer.com, so freelancer.com holds on to the money until the project's complete, and then they give the money to the developer when the project's done. And so I funded the account, I put $100 in Freelancer, or $70 in Freelancer and said, please start the project. And like, he's like, nah, we'll do it later. And I'm like, dude, like, what do you need from me? Like, here's all the description. He's like, okay, it's cool. And he just kept sending me stuff. And he's like, where do I get fpipe? And I'm like, did you Google it? Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, he's like, well, how do I get IDA Pro? And I'm like, you don't need IDA Pro. I gave you the pseudocode from IDA Pro already. Like, just look at the pseudocode, make the application work. And then he sends me a screenshot of IDA. I'm like, great, you found IDA. Congratulations. And then he keeps going on and on. And so like, IDA Pro is pretty nice because it pulls out all the strings that the command line application uses. Like, it gives you to all in like a nice, easy to read way. Like, the code is actually really readable. And it's not like 1,000 lines, so it's not like terrible. And like, he's constantly messaging me like 2:51 in the morning, 5:16 in the morning, 5:38 in the morning, 6:04 p.m. Hi. And it's like, yes, I'm here. And he always says I'm still working. I'm like, great. And it just keeps going on and on. And he eventually sends me a binary, but it doesn't compile in the version of Visual Studio I have. So I have to find his version of Visual Studio because he gives me a binary from it. So I'm like running this sketchy binary from this Russian. I have no idea what it does. And after a while, he's like, hey, can you send me $30 now? And I'm like, what? Why? You've given me nothing. Like, why would I send you any money? Like, you've given me a project that doesn't compile. And I was like, screw it, I don't care, here's $30. And so he gave me project1.rar, and I'm like, you literally just took the IDA Pro code I gave you, put it in a file called .c and sent it to me. Thanks. And so in summary, what his code looks like, it doesn't compile, it looks like IDA output. He changed the project from C to C++ because that's obvious. And then every string is now defined as a function because he wanted to make it confusing. And he turned the console application into a GUI. Like, what are you doing, bro? And so he works again, and he sent me project3.rar, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, please check the argc and v3 value. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, and it's back to a GUI again. And it just kept going on and on. And now he's like, can you send me a video of it working, fpipe? And I'm like, dude, like, I gave you the syntax to like run this command. Like, why do you need a video of it running? And I'm like, whatever, I'll send you a video of it. So I sent him a video, and he still doesn't get it. And so this is a classic step all the developers tend to do, is they send you a screenshot of the code, and in the screenshot of whatever code they have, it always has that damn Skype ID. Like, I want to talk to you on a different channel because I don't want to like make myself look like a fool on Freelancer anymore. And so they transition to Skype. And usually it's to hide their incompetency, ask for more money, ask to do something else, get a faster response. Anyways, I talked to him, and Gregory now turned into Ivan Costin. And I was like, Ivan, hi, nice to meet you. And he's like, I'm happy to chat over here, you know, just like, whatever, just get it done, dude. Like, and he just kept going, like, I don't know how to run fpipe. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you talking about? It's a binary, just open command prompt, run it. He's like, oh, command prompts. I'm like, what am I hiring you for? Like, so I sent him a picture of it, and he's like, can you pay me on PayPal? I'm like, bro, I don't want to pay you on PayPal. He's like, are you sure? Like, I'm like, bro, I don't want to pay you on PayPal. And he's like, all right, well, you have a good weekend. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. Ivan's been messaging me every night from like 11 p.m. at night to 5 in the morning. It's just hi. And I'm like, dude, just send me something. And then all of a sudden he just like, I'm gonna call him instead. I'm like, the fuck, Ivan? Like, what are you doing to me? And so I sent Ivan a repo for like, all right, maybe he's like new into C programming and he claims his 15 years experience isn't there. And so I sent him a link to like, this is how you program in C, bro, have fun. And he's like, oh, I got that, good, hi. Here's a new project. And I'm like, great, you removed the GUI, it's a command line application again, but now it's 38 megabytes. What the hell did you do, dude? It was like 13 kilobytes to start with. Like, and this is what it does when you run it. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And he keeps trying to call me. I'm like, dude, stop. He's like, sorry, I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, I get it. I know you don't know how to use this. He's like, do you want to pay me on PayPal? I'm like, no. I haven't done anything. And he's like, all right, well, what if we use Payoneer? And I'm like, no, bro. He's like, what if we use crypto? And I'm like, sure, whatever, but I'm not paying you until it's done. And he's like, all right, fine, whatever. You have a credit card, right? I can just give you that. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, no, you haven't done anything for me. And he's like, are you sure? Like, I'm like, no, stop. And he's like, all right, well, I'll keep working on this. I'm like, great. And he keeps on saying, hi. And I'm like, stop sending me hi, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, he's sending pleasantries, how are you? And it's like, bro. And then he sends me a project he's working on that's not my project, and says, hey, I'm working on this. I'm like, dude, you're not working on my stuff. He's like, can you check it out and make sure it works for me? And I'm like, what are you trying to do? Like, are you trying to hack me? I don't get this. And so I went to a scheduling website, I'm like, great, it works. Like, I'm probably popped on this VM right now. He's like, and then he gets to a point where he's like, hey, you have payment on Freelancer, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's how I wanted to pay you. Like, I asked for the money in Freelancer. It's like, oh, why don't you just make another Freelancer account and then give that to me, and then I can build other projects with it. I'm like, so you want to steal my Freelancer account to then pay yourself? Is that what you're trying to tell me? He's like, oh, I want to bid up my other projects so it costs more for other people. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you telling me your grand scheme of plans when you're trying to scam me? I do not get this at all. And he just keeps going on and on. I talked to this guy for like a month. He was like my best friend. Like every night he was messaging me. And like I paid him $30. And I was like, the $30 is just to have a friend at this point. And it just kept going. Like he never really got it working. That's the original fpipe. That's the one he eventually, that was the last build I got from him, and I did that. And then it eventually he clicked ignore and did this. And then he sent another version eventually that printed this, but it was all online, so he forgets to put the new line character in. Whatever. I was pretty much done with this guy at this point. I'm like, dude, like, this is what it's supposed to do. It doesn't do that. So in summary, I paid this bro $30. I received a program prints girl memory. It took him 20 days before he gave up. He tried to make a GUI app. He wanted to give me a Skype. He wanted PayPal, Payoneer. He wanted credentials to my account. He wanted to make sure his other projects were working. He wanted to do other projects. So I had something to quit with me. So we moved on to developer number 2. Developer number 2, oh my goodness, this guy says he has 7 years experience, he's a Russian, blah. Did you work somebody else? I'm like, yeah, I've been failed. Okay, he's like $200. I'm like, no, you said $120, bro, or $90. And he's like, 120. I'm like, no, you said 90. He's like, all right, I'll do it in 2 days. I'm like, cool, whatever. And then he sent me a video pretending a bit to be working, but it was just a straight up normal fpipe.exe. He never made anything. And he was just trying to like open a dispute with Freelancer to get the money. So he was trying to scam me. I was like, whatever, I don't care. Next song. Nikita, also from Russia, below, $100, 7 days, great, fantastic. Immediately, as soon as he starts the project and I put the money in the account, he's like, I want $200 and I want to be a PayPal. And I'm like, don't freak, dude, like, what are you doing to me? Like, and then he sends me a file called image.plane, and it's just his Skype. He wants payment hourly, he wants payment before he starts doing our works. Pain in the butt. All right, next guy. He asked if he can use C# because he's a C# developer. And it's like, bro, no. And then he Googles port redirect to GitHub, sends me the first repo, and says it's done. And I'm like, no, it's not. And at this point, I'm like, I need to rethink my life choices. So developer number 5, this guy's from India. And he was able to do it. Just kidding. So, he also tries to scam me. He Google searched port redirector. He found another project that was right at D, I believe, and it didn't work either. I was like, dude, this is not fpipe. Like, I asked you to write fpipe. So developer number 6, this guy's from Vietnam. And he wants $140, then he wants $200, then he wants PayPal, and then we agree on $150. And then he asked me, how do I use fpipe? How do you use the -D flag? And I'm like, dude, what's going on? Then he ghosts me. And I was like, all right, that's cool. And then he sends me the sample project that I sent him compiled. And I'm like, great. But he compiled with Visual Studio 2012, so I had to download Visual Studio 2012 just to run his stupid binary. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Like, so he sends me that, and then he asks, how do I set up an SSH server? And I'm like, what? And he's like, what's the difference in a proxy server and a port redirector? And do you have the fpipe binary? I'm like, guys, do you not know how to Google fpipe? Like, you gotta be kidding me. It's clearly listed in the project details. And then he didn't have the binary, and he was trying to reverse engineer this thing. Like, I sent him a video, and he was trying to make it. So developer number 7, Ukraine. So Ukraine's in kind of a weird place right now. But this is the city she's from, a nice, beautiful city. I just Googled Shenzhen City, that's what it looks like right now. Not doing too well. So, hello, someone else is doing this, obviously. $400, no, you said $250, $350. Please be cool, man, super professional. I was like, no. And like, okay, fine, $300, 7 days. She delivers in 14 days, but the project actually works. And she asks for a tip, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. And so you can go get the project. And that's what's awesome. Any questions? I don't know if we have much time, but.
3 minutes. What was the size of the binary?
The final binary is 7.5 kilobytes. So it's smaller than what's up? No, and you can change it. You can change all the stuff inside that pretty easily. And it's easily compilable as well. And I have a Visual Studio project on that repo. And yeah, fun stuff. Yes?
Are you at all worried that I did this road and he's the
Maybe Ivan's here. I don't know. I don't tell Fox, no. But he's trying to reach out. I'm like, no, I'm not talking to this guy anymore. Is that a question over there? Are we good?
What was your total cost with it?
So the grand total was $350 plus $30. Yep. Awesome. Thank you, guys.